Yeah. Alright, I'm live. So. Yeah, that's good. It's okay. I know this one's good. It will last. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I'm going to do a special video stream. So what do I mean by that? Usually you can go to my streams, you can watch them anytime. I know a lot of people do. Much appreciated for the support, but I think this is such an important topic that I want to release this for whatever eyes can see it, right? I'm not the biggest content creator in the world, but that's fine because eventually this game will spread, without a doubt. More and more people see it. I was glad to see some of the bigger content creators cover this, if even only for a video. I try to provide daily content to coincide with this playtest week, which it ends tomorrow, but the game stays out, which is a great thing for somebody like me who wants to play football, right? The other nonsense that's out right now that calls itself football games, especially after seeing what goals, produced, it drives you crazy, right? So depending on what the rest of the player base thinks, because I noticed it's holiday, week, so maybe that's it. Maybe also the timing of me jumping on, but the hype topped out. I think we were at like triple or quadruple this number. But thing is, we're still at the alpha stage, and without a doubt, the product is good. That's the most important part, right? Whether people are seeing, oh, it's the alpha stage, and they decided to go back to their other games until the full release comes, or like I said, due to the holidays and stuff. You don't know exactly, but the bottom line is the final verdict has to do with the product on the pitch, which is excellent. So why is it excellent, though? Well, for one, you can look at all my other content, and I broke it down in every different way you could possibly break it down. Some of it might get a little repetitive, but it's an important topic because the football gaming scene has been struggling. I mean, struggling, right? For the most popular game in the world in real life, that translates to the most popular sporting game on any consoles, PC, whatever, right? FIFA is what a lot of people call football, even when they're not fans. Whether you're looking at rappers, rodeo, I saw people on the rodeo playing from a YouTube video. Whatever it is, you see the game translate to other people, that don't play the sport or maybe are just fans of it, or maybe sometimes not even are fans of it, just love the game on the sticks only. They don't even watch it in real life, right? For whatever reason, that it just captured people in that way. Problem is, right, for us football gamers, we haven't had a great game. These other development teams, if you will, development companies, whatever you want to call it, EA Sports for FC, Strikers for UFL, Konami for eFootball, they decided to go in these different directions that just ended up being terrible. FC for years now has been going more towards a cinematic, eye-catching type of sales approach, and then in game, whether you get skills being abused, some other nonsense, animations being abused, and then everything in between, right? You had the cutback era where every cutback went in, the defense was terrible on coverage there. Then to the park the bus era where not only are teams parking the bus with terrible spacing throughout offense and defense, but also you don't control your defenders. We're back to that in FC now, where you actually are rewarded when you only control your midfielders and let the AI defend. And that happened even as early as when I was playing months ago, right? Then you have UFL that tried to come in and copy off FC in a lot of ways, and then they ditched their original skins system, and they went for these ability perks, which are like playstyles in FC, only they went way off the charts with the silliness, right? There's a bunch of gimmicky shots that look like they're going 100 miles an hour, goofy aerial abilities that make players look like they're supermen. And then they have certain ones that don't make sense, where it's like an overlapping fullback is now an ability. A center mid that tracks back like a true box to box, like a Valverde card had it, is now a special ability, when really all box to box type of midfielders should have that. Like things like that. And then Konami, they decided, we're going to take our game and make it very, very little player decision making and all AI decision making. Well, that's not fun, and that's not true PvP, because a majority of the most important decisions are being made by a computer. Your shot, especially with this smart assist, I mean, think about this. Your pass choice and shot choice doesn't matter. When you have this smart assist feature on, the AI overrides your decisions, which makes you a player that you're not. Right? It gives you saves that you didn't earn. It gives you tackles in the defense that you didn't earn. Interceptions you didn't earn. You connect passes you otherwise wouldn't earn. Right? You chose a ground pass that the opponent read and would intercept, but the AI switches it to a lofted through ball, now connects, and you're on the goal, and you would have never been off the goal. Things like that, right? And I don't need to explain where FC, the skill gap, disappears when you have all these shortcuts, all these gimmicky things. I mean, just this year early on, they had where you could juggle the ball to yourself, flick it up, and do a bicycle kick that turned into essentially an automatic goal. Well, guess what? You would score one or two of those, and then you would go back to your own box. You could juggle the ball to yourself, head it to your keeper, who would pick it up, and you had players doing that for the entirety of the game. All because these games couldn't even figure out a simple anti-time wasting that goals came out with brilliantly, right? I like how they tied in sort of like the Fortnite storm that closes down and makes players get closer and face each other head on. They added that into a football game, and it's brilliant. And on that side of it, you can tell that the goals development team, unlike any other development team, they know football gaming. Not just, oh, we studied on football, now we know how to make a cool game. No, they're actual football gamers. So they know the areas where, okay, real football doesn't translate onto the stick, so we need to tweak these aspects, such as anti-time wasting, such as stoppage time. Instead of making it, for instance, UFL went the route, they had like, I forgot what it was called, but they had it where the team with the ball would be boosted in stoppage time. Boosted because they wanted goals, because they thought it would be exciting to have all these goals in the end of the half and end of the game. Silliest thing ever. So then you have a company like Goals, they add that same Fortnite-esque shrinking of the field, but this time it's because the time is going to run to zero if you don't push forward and get an attack. And even then, if you don't do it in a lot of time that line catches up to you, the time starts counting down. So it's completely fair for both players, whether it's anti-time wasting, even stoppage time, so that's unfair, right? The fact that despite player stats, your decisions ultimately are the decider in the game, right? Where the players on the pitch come in, where these players and their stats come in, is me recognizing, for instance, with Poveda. He's a new player that I got, right? You could see Poveda as a defensive midfielder, has 83 defense, 83 shooting, which is excellent for, more of a defensive CM, and then 85 passing. So his passing's excellent, right? 91 lofted, 96 curve, which we'll take, right? Ground pass isn't the best, but the biggest thing that I like about him, 99 long shots, 93 power. I really want to focus on trying to get more shots outside the box to mix up not only going to the wing and pulling my opponent's defenders out, but also and then working it into the middle to try to get it to my strikers and finish in the box. But I want to keep them guessing and make them worry about my more defensive-minded midfields, my two CMs. Elaine's not as good with the long shots, but 84. But I really want to test out these 99 attributes on these players because I want to see how they translate, right? And really that's how I've been upgrading my team along the way. Not just looking at overalls or overall 94 pace, 83 passing. You got to go in what 85 defense means for Holroyd is different than, let's say, what an 80, if Altani had 85, meaning you can go in here and see, so he only has 82 defensive IQ, then he has 89 blocking, 85 jockeying, 85 interceptions, right? For Holroyd, the 95 defensive IQ, much better. But she's 5 overall lower, right? So Mary Holroyd, I'd take her any day. Now her interceptions are 79, whereas Altani is 85. So in those plays where a player plays a pass and it's close to your player, that pretty much determines how big of an area they have where they'll intercept the pass. You have to note these things. And for your players, you have to note your opponent and their strong players. For instance, I've played opponents that had lockdown center backs or wing backs, and I would literally play away from that strong player, and it would lead me to get more chances, more goals. So the more you can understand the stats, right, the more success you will have on top of your decisions. But your decision making has to be good. That's what's king. If I keep choosing the wrong pass that gets intercepted, I'm not going to get chances created. I'm going to keep losing the ball. If I can't switch my defenders and mark passing lanes and mark dribbling lanes correctly, then my opponent's going to get in all the time and score on me, right? That's why this game is so much fun from start to end, despite it could be a barn burner, a lot of goals, or it could be a chess match with no goals. It's just as fun because the decisions are on you and your opponent the whole time. Not, oh, he's using this shortcut or these mechanics or whatever. Now, with that said, there are mechanics that can be abused right now because it's an alpha stage. Now, that's the one reason why I think a decent amount of players are stepping back. It's not that they don't support goals. They will come back to goals. It's that they're waiting for a later version when some of this nonsense that's to be expected this early on is removed, which also removes rats entirely, or at the very least makes them not as successful, right? But it can be annoying if you play a player, you get some of these players the whole time they're going to dribble down the wing and cross the ball. And whether it's because they have a strong header of the ball or whatever, no matter how good you are at heading, right, there is no player in the history of the game that's scoring every single header from a cross that they receive. No, it doesn't work that way, right? The crosses either aren't perfect, the defenders defend good enough. You know, crosses are hard enough to score where they're not ever automatic, okay? You have the players that do the constant pullbacks. It doesn't matter if you have 99 skill. The best skiller in the world can't do one skill move 74 times when they have the ball and be successful with it, right? And so you can't have that. So that will be removed clearly. These are easy to remove. Other games aren't that lucky. I'll give you an example. UFL. They have it where there's a sprint glitch. You hold R1 and R2 instead of just the R2 sprint, right? Your players all seem to get 99 pace, and it's very hard to tackle. Who knows how it got in the game or why they can't remove it, but they can't remove it. It's been in there for months and months, and so many players abuse it. It makes it so anybody with the ball can just speed boost up the pitch, right? Your 79 pace players turn to 99 pace players, right? Your 99 pace players turn into like 120 pace, and good luck catching them. Then there's another glitch. Through balls at certain angles lock your defense up. For something in the coding makes it to where if you play through ball at a certain angle, defense can't run and get it. You can't switch your defenders. You can't pull your keeper, and your keeper will just stand there. Literally, the ball could roll right to your keeper's feet on these glitch through balls, and everyone will stand there, wait for the attacker to run and just bang it in. Why those are still in the game when these glitches have been issues for a long time? It's either because Strikers doesn't care, or what I think is more likely is that they don't have the capacity to remove these things. Either they're tied to something else that will ruin the game, which they've shown time and time again. Trying to remove one glitch, they add 6 others, right? So finally, I think, especially with those, they just gave up on trying to remove them. So what you have patch after patch in UFL is sometimes the game will get better, but other areas remain either untouched because they can't do anything about it, or if they are touched, sometimes they get worse, or even if they get fixed, something else gets worse, right? And you can't play a football game like that. I mean, you can play it, but you can't truly compete like that because the best player is always going to win, the most skilled player, and you're going to have those players that just abuse those things over and over and over, and that's not even fun to play because it's pointless. It's not proving anything, right? You're not truly winning. It would be like playing an opponent that just keeps picking up the ball, running it down the pitch in their hands, and throwing it in the net. Like, even if somehow there's some glitch in real life where players could do that, no one would give a shit if a player could throw the ball in the net and if they win 10-0 that way. No one would give a shit because it's not playing within football, right? But for some reason, there's a ton of people out there that lack integrity. So that's where goals has to come in and save the player base from itself, let's say, right? And that's where other games have failed on top of several other things. So I wanted to get that through because we have maybe a year, maybe a little more or less. You know how these things go until the full release. This game is not shutting down, right? So, for example, you see there's still going to be packs, still going to be swaps, which they got to sharpen all this. Like, swaps doesn't really make sense. You have a very, very small chance. It almost makes more sense to sell your players, go to the store and get, for instance, they just added this rare. That rare wasn't there for a while. And even then, right, it's going to be hard to catch up to some of these players. I mean, you can upgrade your team, of course, right? But some of these players who have been playing for a longer time, they're going to have better teams. They're going to have legendary attackers, which is very difficult right now, especially if you have, let's say, not the strongest. Let's say this uncommon Kocha was instead of center back. And I'm going up against an attacker with these same stats as Ferns, only that 45 shooting is 95 shooting, and the 95 dribbling is 45. Well, it doesn't matter. With all those other incredible stats, right, if you look at the individual ones, she would be very hard to stop. You could dang near sprint in a straight line, shoot the ball, and score, and a lot of people have that legendary attacker like that. Whereas when the full release comes out, the players who are going to come in at a lower level that are taking longer to build their teams and maybe aren't as into the game to where they're building their teams fast, they're going to be at the lower level playing against equal players. The players that have beast mode teams and that have been climbing up the ranks and staying diligent on their team building, they're going to be facing other players in the same boat. So you aren't going to have these big mismatches, of course, all the abuse mechanics, and until the full release, that's the thing. If you're going to keep playing goals after tomorrow, it's just going to be kind of where it is now. They'll add some updates, I'm sure, and do some content for the players still playing, but it's not going to be nearly like it was because they got to go behind closed doors and really get to work, right? They're going to go behind closed doors with all the excellent feedback they got, and the stuff they were able to hotfix, great. That leaves us with a way better game to play while they're working on it, but there's a lot of bigger fixes and bigger additions that they need to grind out and get to work on. So it's a great thing for the game to have all this feedback and go build, but for us players looking to continue to play goals because it is easily the best game, it's going to be a little frustrating at times. You've seen, if you watch my streams, it's great football mixed in, of course, as the rats flock in. It can be frustrating, and knowing that that's going to be there for a while, right? Because they're not going to be able to just snap their fingers and fix everything. It all can and will be fixed, but we still have the beta version, right, which is the next step after this. They show us where they're at. Then, of course, they have to make the final touches, and then, boom, countdown to full release, right? So my hopes is enough players stick to goals to make it worth continuing to grind and get better at, because this game is just easily the most fun and the best football. I also want to continue to work forward towards my 5v5 team. That's the other thing, right? If you go in, there's 5v5 quick play and friendlies. You get enough players together. Now, obviously, going into random lobbies isn't as fun. It just isn't. Speaking of rats, there's like rats slash more trolls in 5v5, and it's the same within Rush and FC and any other game that does where you control a singular player. You might even play clubs against some idiots that will turn the game on just to sabotage it. Players on your team scoring own goals, just silly stuff, man. Silly stuff that makes you go, why are you even wasting your time turning the game on to do this? How is this fun for you? But there's people like that. So I would say unless there's like set up tournaments, things like that, 5v5 is just it's not gonna be as good. Still a great mode, but just to go in randomly and play with some random players. So that leaves you with ranked, right? Not saying maybe I'm wrong about 5v5, but especially if you can get 10 players together and divide up teams and stuff, that's great. But for the sake of a sure shot mode, ranked is what you have, right? And you can see here it's more like it. Now again, the time is there. We're heading into what, the last day or two of this extended playtest week, or over a week actually. And so I knew this was going to come, right? We got to the point where we were having instant games. Now we're closer to UFL. I mean, this is no different than UFL with the wait times, right? So let's see. So we have an 1871 SR player. So we'll see what this player looks like, right? You're going to run across ones that either just abuse mechanics. You're going to run across others that they just far outmatch you with their players and teams. And then you're going to find good football matches. Let's hope this is a good football match. So he's got his legendary player. It was a login reward that we had at Cam. It looks like we might get a second legendary player tomorrow, potentially. We'll have to see. But I don't mind at all getting whooped by these teams. If it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I can't keep up. Like, all he's going to do is sprint around me. Then that's no big deal, right? I just exit the game. Because full release, it's not going to be like that. If you get players that are playing great football, though, and they whoop you, I'll keep the game on all day long. I could care less. As long as it's true football, I could care less. I could play all day. I could watch good football all day, whether I'm winning or losing. It's just the rats. And then if you're just too far outmatched to where it's pointless. Let's see what we got here. Good interception. Kind of a tackle back there, if I must say so. Good. Good. Oh, good. Good. Oh, I gotta be able to get that angle down. Good job. Look at that. Good. Look at this. Golazo! Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful ball to release him on the wing there. Excellent job. So see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, you can't do nothing there. It's kind of BS because I went to switch my players and it was incorrect, and that's what I mean by you're going to run into these times, right? Where it's just, okay, congrats, you have a very good shooter, and I don't have the defensive tools yet. So you can't do anything there. It is what it is. You see, football-wise, he has no chance. But for right now, where we're at in the game, he does. So it just is what it is. You just deal with it. You keep playing. You move on. It's still good football overall. You can still score good goals. I was glad to see that long shot go in. Except for the fact of where we're at, right? Where we're at, where it's like, man, that'd be nice to both have players that could do it. Then it's really... So let me explain what I mean by that, right? So you see my decision making. I'm making much better football decisions. I can read them much better. But I don't have necessarily the players to make those decisions that he's making right now. Shouldn't have forced that. Good save. Good D. Even with limited D to make that tackle, that's huge. No! See, that was supposed to go to my other player. Good turn. Oh, good. I hate that touch inside that they take. Good read. Read it. I messed up there. And then we get a tackle backer. We got it back though, luckily. You see what I mean, guys, right? There's football goals and football players, and there's non-football. It is what it is. Alright. Where the hell did I just put that at? Like, see here? Oh, there it is. I'm trying to get my drink. My verdict is, despite the frustration, it's still worth it. But yeah, just remember, you'll have more evenly matched teams when you're playing full release. See, I read him. Zero skill. It's just stupid, guys. It's just stupid. I'm glad they buffed the goalies, but it's just... The defenders don't have the tools yet, you know? The defenders don't have the tools. You can see what type of players it is. But luckily, these type of players will be long gone. Good. These type of players will be long gone. Come getting their butts whooped. Cut it back. Good. Ratty little bitch. I want to see good tackles, good football. No, that was a fake. See, they gotta fix their fakes, dude. They gotta fix some of this. But so that's what I mean. So you're seeing the perfect example. It's an alpha mode. He just ran straight into me. Fucking joke. These losers are complete jokes, but whatever. Have fun being dog shit at a game that you have to win. First of all, I did a fake. That's not his fault. That's on the game. But again, it's alpha stage. But these types of losers that are terrible at football but waste their time anyways, they'll never stop driving me insane, dude. They'll never stop. Then running into defenders. So if you're going to play goals, so this is why a lot of players are stepping away until the later version. So it's nothing against goals or the development team. It's nothing against goals or the development team at all. It's these losers right here that people are stopping, that people aren't playing with, because they don't play with skill. They suck balls, but they are able in this version of the game to do their dog shit. Total luck. Zero decision making. Zero good football. Too easy to read. Look, spamming moves and shit. Look at this. What did he even do right there? You're in. Ran right by me. Was able to recover. Just because of, again, where we're at in the game. Look at that delay. Yeah, so these losers are all the same, bro. Zero anything. Zero skill, zero ability. If we watch the game back, you'll be able to easily see what I'm talking about, if you don't already. Dog shit players doing dog shit things. Look at that delay. So he gets a delay play. These guys are total fucking idiots. And then he was just gonna shoot. These are the type of losers. So I know at least a dozen players that stopped playing because of these losers. I just will never understand them at all. The only good thing about it is if you were playing UFL or something like that, you would have to just expect to play these losers every single game, right? Look at that. Makes the wrong decision. Makes the wrong decision and gets rewarded. Makes the wrong decision and gets rewarded. Look at this. He made 10 wrong decisions and gets rewarded from it. And then finally gets it in the last 6 seconds. Unbelievable how bad this player is, guys. Do you realize there's a clear button, brother? I wonder if that was like subconscious guilt right there. I wonder if that was just subconscious guilt. That's insanity. Alright, so going into this golden goal, we gotta watch for the tackle backs. We gotta watch for the random glitchy crap. Don't really gotta watch much for skill. But we'll respect that anyway, just in case he pulls out something out of his ass. My own player ran into me. My own player just ran into me. My own player just ran into me. That's insanity. Oh, you little bastard. Whoa. Get out of here. You piece of shit. Look. Total loser, bro. Total piece of fucking shit. I cannot stand these people, man. Not much simple, just playing the exact thing that I talked about So this game is the shit. I love this game. But you're in a point where you're going to have to play these fucking dog shit players right now because they're ending their like playtest week. So a bunch of smart people are saying like it's early on. They played it like Inception played on stream the other day. They're going to leave and play other games until the later version. Because Goals is going to fix all this crap that these dog shit players are using. They're terrible. Like, you've seen that player I just played. He's got a high SR because of you've seen how he plays. In this version, that shit works. And UFL and eFootball and all that, that's all you'd have to look forward to. That's why those games suck. So I want to keep playing Goals. Right? So tomorrow, the playtest stuff leaves, which means there's no more, like, daily hot fixes and like more of the content. That was like they were trying to drive to get more people playing to get more feedback. But now they're going behind closed doors, rightfully so, and they're going to work on more of the important stuff. So what that means then, as far as like what where they're at, it's an A+. The game's an A+. What you have to decide is, can you play this game in this form with the losers like the dipshit I just played, that don't have any skill, that you're 10 times better than, but they got, for instance, they got a legendary attacker that they can just sprint down the middle with, even though they're dog shit. Or that can, glitch their way through with the mechanics that Goals surely is going to fix. They're surely working on, as they've already confirmed. Nothing that's wrong with the game is irreversible like the other games. Problem is, it's not fixed now. This is the alpha version. You're going to have a beta version, which is more polished, but still some final tweaks, and they're going to put that out and get our feedback again. Then you're going to have the final release. So if you choose to play Goals now, like I am, you're going to play losers like the dipshit I just faced that can't score a good goal to save his life. Couldn't make the game look good if he tried. Total waste of space, but they're playing this because right now they can do good. So if you like the good football aspect of Goals, you'll get it, but you're going to have to deal with some bullshit in there, right? The part of me that doesn't like it, and I'm not a Goals developer, but they have enough confidence to where they know that if you know it's a good game, you know. But the part that I don't like is that some of these assholes are going to make the game look like dog shit. That's just the truth. They just are. Too easy. Like, once the defenders get more abilities, once the teams are more evened out, you're not just going to have a legendary player that... Right? Then a lot's going to change. Like, you've seen that dude's game-winning goal. Total trash can player. Trash going for tacklebacks. Those will be gone. They've already somewhat fixed those. He had no build-up. He had no football sense whatsoever. I thought he was going to overplay it. Oh, I want to test long shots out with this center mid, too, if I get the chance. Not that my tying goal was good, but I should have never needed it anyway. I mean, the dude had 0. Nice ball. Oh, and that was the other thing. He was able to run down the first one. He didn't even beat my defender. He took a longer shot with his attacking mid with like 90+ shooting. Right? I don't have something to answer that right now. Right? If I did, it would be a different story, because I probably would have been able to beat him by a lot. So you just got to be ready for that type of shit. Great ball. Look at this. Come on. What a goal. Oh my God, this game. So then you get good stuff like that. You see the far post. Look at this. Boom. Look at that run. Boom. I mean, beautiful. Then I do a sprint. Boom. Sprint. Play. I mean, that's football right there. Hell no. UFL's toast, dude. Goals is smoking. Dude, this is their alpha version. They're already smoking. Like, there's no football sense in UFL. Like, all this little stuff I'm bitching about, you have to deal with that on a daily in UFL's full release. Look at this. This is football. You see what I mean? You see where I'm like passing and moving and my players are playing the game the right way? Like, that's football, boys. That's football, right? I have to be careful. He's going to try to counterattack me. Oh, crap. Good D. Good. Boom. Look at this. Beautiful football. Get there. Oh, no. It went right by my player. I knew what he was going for. The fact that you could play pure football in this game. Oh, my God. What? I didn't see that mark. I didn't see that mark on me. Oh, my God, dude. I just gave him a goal for no good reason. That one was my fault, but that's how these losers play, though, bro. He's going to park the bus and look for goals like that. Congrats. You're dog shit. Come on, beat me if you're good. You ain't shit, bro. You ain't shit. You suck. Thought I had that angle there. You suck. Why would he have a player marking? Why would his AI be marking my wing back, bro? What the fuck was that about? His AI marked my wing back on that play. So he's parking the bus. And then you have the AI marking my wing back. Fucking joke. How the fuck is that even a thing? Look, he's still marking my wing back over there. What's that about? Wanted to go for it. I knew I didn't know the half was going to end. Guys, that was crazy. Why was that asshole marking my wing back? Congrats. I can't wait to smoke all these guys in the later version. I hope all these rats come in like thinking this will be like the final version of the game. And then and they're like, oh my god, what the fuck? Dude, the defenders can actually defend now. I'm screwed. Wait, you mean I don't get to just get a legendary to run by a bunch of common players anymore? How am I ever going to win a game? Ah, I tried something there. Look at this, reading them like a book. Reading them like a book, but I just don't have the abilities right now to... Look at that, reading them like a book. Don't have the abilities to stop it right now. He don't know what he's doing, bro. I don't know what that was. I think he didn't know what he was doing and he cleared it to me. I don't know, but I'll take it after his first goal. What? See, okay, so right there. They gotta fix that. You can't have where I pause the game and the attacker's being rewarded after running into the defender. You know? Those defenders are going to steal the ball. Look, he's man-marking him. Not him, though. It's not even him. It's the AI. That's wild. How do I know it's not him? Offsides. How do I know it's not him? Because you can't mark both sides. He would have to pick one or the other. Unless he's truly switching to both. If so, then I owe him an apology. I don't know why I thought I could string that gap, but... There you go. I can spam shit too, bitch. Oh, what? It didn't read it. Oh, yeah, that's what pissed me off about the last game, too. This mother trucker... This mother trucker, I played a fake shot and it didn't register. My fake shot did not register. It pissed me off. There it goes. It registered. Look, you're through. Oh. I don't know why he didn't get that. He got screwed there. Good. Oh, I thought I had back post there. It's the only time I typically cross is when I'm in the run of play. Why is no one marking there? That was wild. That was wild, guys. Look at this. Good D. Look! See what I mean, dude? I can't stand these fucking losers, bro. I can't stand them. Read them like a book after my mistake. I make up for my mistake. And then look what happens. Total fucking shithole losers, bro. That's all they are. Total shithole losers. Congrats, you got a tackle back goal. That won't even be in the game. Congrats, you're a piece of shit. Nobody can stand these fucking losers. But guess what? Just know that if they're wasting their time to stay in games like this is how bad they are. To park the bus, have zero skill defensively to play an alpha game, with knowing the players don't have their full capabilities. These losers are going nowhere in life, bro. They've already probably gone nowhere in life. This is just a continuation of their sad existence. No, it sounds harsh, but it's true, bro. For losers like this to ruin the game for no other reason than they're pieces of shit, it's a joke. No, the game itself is good. See? There you go. I rest my case. So congratulations to fucking Captain Tsubasa. You're a piece of shit. So Hitoichi's on Twitch right now. I know everyone on OBS can't see it from Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. But Hitoichi says this game is like a bad joke because I can't even showcase the good parts of it because this fucking loser that I'm playing against makes the game look like shit. So what you're going to do is, and I know Goals knows it's a give and take, you're going to put the game out there and people like myself and you guys are going to try to play football the right way. And then new people are going to come in to check out how the game looks. Right? This is going to happen all across the world. And these losers like this guy that I'm playing against is going to make the game look so bad that people are like, bro, this game looks like a fucking bad joke. Right? So congratulations, Captain Tsubasa, you fucking idiot. You can score dog shit goals that ruin the game. Good job. You shouldn't even be in this game right now. But you're a piece of shit and you're playing an alpha taking advantage of the shit that's not fixed yet. Good job. You're not going to be able to do it when full release comes out. You are a piece of fuck. But yeah, I'm just saying what the Goals developers are thinking. I'm just saying what the Goals developers are thinking, period. But Hitoichi, trust me, it's a good game, bro. It's an alpha stage, so the stuff you see that doesn't look good is going to be fixed. It's going to be fixed. It's not going to be in the game. Look at that. He was able to he made the wrong decision and was able to get over again. Look, my player ran into each other. These losers do the same thing over and over. Let's go talk to this fucking loser. Hold on. Let's go talk to this fucking piece of shit. The last two deserve to know. I want to at least to let them know what happened on stream. My players ran into each other. You're not going to be able to do any of the shit you're doing to even stay in the game for the game to go to that. I'm not even going to say nothing bad. I'm just going to say congrats. You want to hear what you made the game look like? Dog, all over the fact that you're playing a game that's in alpha mode, like a total loser. CPT_Tsubasa. CPT underscore. We gotta at least let him and the last dude know. Hey, I'm on stream right now. I wanted to let you know something. I'm on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, so we can watch back the game so you can see how big of an embarrassment you are, but I want to let you know what someone said in here. So you can check all my content, you can check the way I play, and then you can check the highlights of your goals, right? And how you played. 0 skill, 0 passing, everything you did was taking advantage of the game being an alpha stage. So here's what somebody said. So I said, congratulations, bro. You can use dog crap that's in the game now that's going to be removed that you can't use when the game comes out. A player just said, you make the game look like a bad joke. So good job. I hope wasting your time to play an alpha game like a total loser is worth it. But I just wanted to let you know, you do what you do, but it's a waste of time. Oh, I got to add one more thing. By the way, if you want to say that I'm wrong, let's show the game back, you commentate, and you show me where there's any skill in what you did. We'll look at how you played and how I played. If you can show me anywhere where you actually use skill, where you didn't use nonsense that will be gone in the final version of the game, where you didn't make the game look like total trash, I will actually send you $500 and admit I'm wrong. I've done it before. That's the challenge to him, if I'm wrong. I'm going to put the same challenge to the last loser. I've watched these games back, and I've been wrong before. Right? So if these losers take that challenge, we can watch the game back, and if they can go, oh no, that tackle back was actually skill. What I actually did was, you know how you won the ball by reading me right? I actually knew you were going to win the ball. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to say? Everything they do, I actually sprinted right into your defender, knowing that I would push your defender into your other defender. You know, like, what is he going to say? There was no passing, which is one of the most beautiful things in this game. There was no build-up. There was nothing. These losers are playing an alpha game to use broken mechanics. Let's see if I can get this guy. Hey, I wanted to lay out a challenge to you, a $500 challenge. I'm on a live stream right now, right? So I'm trying to promote goals, and obviously no developers can ever say this to you, but you make the game look like total trash. Did I send? Okay, I already sent it. He has this thing blocked. If he comes on, we will challenge him. Now I don't know if that last player speaks English. If he does, we will have him come on. I want one of these players to commentate so bad. For one, because I want Toich. I want to pronounce this right. The game is actually good. Simbago says it looks like a UFL rat you're playing. Maybe, it probably is. Let's go look at his time. Let's go look at how much he's played. Nope, looks like an FC rat that sucks at FC, eFootball, rematch. UFL! Only 1 hour. Only 1 hour played. Only 33 hours of rematch. Couldn't play eFootball. Doesn't surprise me at all. The game is great. It's just at this version. But I want one of these guys that are making the game look like shit, because I want to make a video on. That's one of the videos, because I already can see what's coming. All right, get ready for this. You ready? The playtest week, or is the playtest like open? It's ending, but the game's gonna still be out there. Okay. So as the game proceeds and UFL and these guys feel threatened, here's what's gonna happen. Their devs and people that are fans of their games, they're going to start clipping goals. This version of goals that's out, they're going to start clipping it, and they're going to dog the game out. They're going to dog the game out, even though this is easily the best game. Easily the best game, okay? But they're going to dog the game out. It's losers like this Captain Tsubasa and this Sard R, right, that make the game look like shit where they can clip it. They're going to clip the tackle backs. They're going to clip the just sprint in a straight line run, you know, where the defenders don't have the tools yet to do anything. They're going to clip there was a player I played the other day. I beat him 8-3. At the beginning of the game, it was 1-0 me, then 1-1, because he ran down the sideline, cross goal. Ran down the sideline, cross goal. So it was 1-1, 2-1 me. Then 2-2, then 3-2 me, 3-3. Then finally I pulled out, and literally all I had to do was run to the sideline and block the cross. He was so bad that even though I did that, he couldn't beat my center back. I had one center back I'd put in the middle. The rest I'd run to the side. But he was so bad, so I beat him 8-3. But that's what's going to get clipped from the game. You see what I mean? No devs are going to be able to say what I'm saying, but that's what it's going to be. So I'm going to offer this other guy the same thing. Playing alpha. I want to showcase. All right. I will. So let's see. I'm going to see if one of them will take this up. People. All right, we got a reply. Called. because all right, on how to start and goals. Well, do you have a code to play? So here's what my question is. I wonder if they're going to keep giving out codes. I got a code a long time ago from a buddy on Discord, okay? I played the early version in July. Obviously, it was way too early to play. Way too early. Right? It wouldn't have been fair to compare that because I had been playing other games, so I was like, I'll come back later. Come back, and the game's just incredible, which I always knew with the dev team that it was going to be interesting. Here is the thing. Chance to prove me wrong. So yeah, here, I'm going to invite him in. Come into my stream. So I got one guy responding here. Play football. Alright, I'm trying to get him in. Do a tutorial and start. So simple. Can you play right now? So That's what my question is. Simple. Do you have a code, Simple? Man, that really rubs me the wrong way. I feel like I hate when people... Hitoichi, are you still in here or did you leave? See, that's what makes me so mad. It's so funny because I'm not a dev of this game, bro. And it's just like... I see the vision and I know how good this game can be if people would just play fucking football, bro. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. It's the alpha stage of the game. I can understand when we get to later stages, and even then it's stupid if you're not competing and actually playing. But, bro, what is the point in going? Like, look, guys, like I said, there's the people who got a 93 pace, 95 shooting, right? You see the overall stats. 93 pace, 95 shooting, and they have like 45 defense, okay? Anybody who got an attacker that's legendary, right? They throw them at cam, throw them at striker, and that they're so mismatched, they do what that player two games ago did. That's not the game. That's not what goals is about. And like, obviously they didn't give us these players for the sake of that, but that's what these losers do, bro. So some asshole gets to come in and see some dude run from half field and the defenders can't do anything about it because they're mismatched. They don't know what's going on. They go, this game is terrible. And it does look terrible when you just look at that. When you see a player with 8 players in the box that has no idea how to build up. His 2 goals were from a tackle back and from AI marking my wingback. So that was my fault that I threw it. Still have no idea why, which I just confirmed he was not marking my wingbacks, right? Still have no idea why my wingbacks would be man marked there. But people see this shit and they're like, fuck this. And it sucks. Now, I have no skin in the game except for I'd love to cover this game and like host tournaments, host leagues. I'd love to see this game blow up because it's all about your decision making in football. Right? Well, what do you mean you're talking about abused mechanics? How is it about your decisions if you can't stop the abused mechanics? Because it's the alpha. Those are going to be removed. Well, how do you know? For one, because I've been talking to the devs on Discord. Right? They actively are taking feedback, actively answering us, which is the cool part. At the very least, first of all, no games do alpha stage like this open. Second of all, every time I've ever done beta, they're like, here, give us your feedback. You never talk to devs. They invite the biggest content creators and they give the cookie cutter answers. You never see an open alpha. You never get instant responses, almost instant, that is, from devs. So you know when people are removing stuff from the game. So yes, you know they're 100% getting rid of tacklebacks. They already added the stumble, right? No, Sarter, for you it is, which makes it even more of a stupid thing to play like a rat, because you would think the players who make not even $1 on this game, who have no skill, they don't even go to Discord to, like, look, dude, I'll show you guys. These are my active conversations with, I've talked to the creative designer, I forgot his exact title, hold on, let me pull this up. Like, I did this with goals too, right? And that's how I even started. When for me, the skin in the game is I want this game to blow up because it deserves to, because it's pure football. It's the best game for esports. Their 5v5 is going to be another insane thing to play from the pro level down. That's going to be like clubs where you have these 5v5 insane games. It's all football, right? So you have all of these abilities to feedback and get answers from devs directly, right? Even direct messages, talking to the devs. Lewis from Goals talking to the devs here about different stuff, right? It's just, the bottom line is oh, it's WWE, okay. The bottom line is that when you have no skin in the game and you're doing nothing, Right? It's easy. It should be easy to play pure football because you're just sitting there. No one knows you even exist. But like Sardier, how do we even know? Do you have a channel? Do you play anywhere? Some comment, oh, I'm 25 levels, you're 25 your level. What are you talking about? You are a loser. This is the dude I played 2 games ago, guys, that scored those dog shit goals. Go look at my goals versus his. You are a loser that just got smoked with a far inferior team. Sardier. I'm not talking about you, Tsubasa. So, Tsubasa, you already know how your goals were. I don't have to say it to you. But let's go look at this Sardier. I'm going to pull up the game, Sardier. Remember, I offered you $500. So what I do is I actually pull up the evidence. Look, this guy Sardier who says, I'm 25 your level. First of all, let's go look at this fucking loser real quick. Sardier was way worse. Tsubasa, you could tell he knew he wasn't his skill. He parked the bus. He tried to go for what worked for him. Okay? 59-35. Okay, so you want to see how this loser plays? Sardier. By the way, you have people that come in and comment on the game being bad because of losers like you. But Sardier, you have no channel. You realize that five backs in this game play like 3 backs, right? You moron. My wing backs are my highest assisters on my team. So now I'm going to show you. So you have different levels of rats. You already know. Sardier is the worst, but the biggest problem of it all isn't the level of rats. It's how they make these games look, right? It's how they make these games look. So these losers don't go into Discord. They're not trying to help out. They don't care. They don't make any money from the game. They do nothing. My take is they must lose so much in life they want to win at something. So we're going to pull up these games right now. And remember, I offered $500 here if I'm wrong. Which I'm not on this one. I apologize to the dude the last time. So let's watch this. So Sardier, here you go. Here you go, Sardier. You tell me where I'm wrong when I point out how big of a rat loser you are. Alright? And if I'm wrong, you get $500, bro. You get $500. And I'm going to explain to you why it matters so much. Because it's a brand new game. It's a sick game. These devs have actually done a great job with the game. Right? But when I have a community of eFootball players, UFL players, FC players, I've been to the top of all those games. By the way, Sardier, do you have anything, like all my stuff's on YouTube. You can check where I qualified for FC Pro this year. Check where I was number 10 in the world in UFL. Check where I was top 4% in eFootball. Do you have any success in any football games? I notice you play them all too. Sardier, do you have any success anywhere else? Or are you just a rat in every game you play? Because I'm thinking maybe that's the reason you're like, oh, it's an alpha mode. I can get a high rank. Even though you're what, Division 3, 4? It's an alpha mode that isn't going to get any more updates till beta. Like, you can't even enjoy good football in the mode this early. And let me explain to you guys why it drives me crazy. So for one, you get these players that come in. Not a ton of people are streaming goals, so they go, oh, I want to check out goals. I want to see if it's worth playing or if I should just keep to UFL, keep to eFootball, keep to whatever, right? And then they see a loser like Sardier, right? Because you have your dance partner. That's how good the game's going to be. And then here's what they see. So this is Captain Tsubasa. He sat all the way back. He was at tackle back goal, the goal where his AI was marking my wingbacks, which that's not his fault, right? So I want to show you the difference between my goals, but I want to go back to this last idiot. This dude, Sardier. So let's take a look at how this idiot plays. So we're going to watch this, Sardier. We're going to watch this. Alright, so I want to go back. So let's watch. Hold on. Wait, let me make sure you guys are on the screen. In everything. Every game I made it to the top. FC Pro, 10th in the world, UFL, top 4% eFootball. Every single game I've played, I play football, I make it to the top. I don't go for tacklebacks. I don't go for, the stupid smart assist shit, it took me a while to even know it existed. And then once I figured out what that was all about, I was gone. Once I've seen all the glitches that remain in UFL, I was gone. I ended FC using an all evolution team and got rank 3. That was like, what, a month ago? With all due respect, Sardier, I can tell by how you play, you have not been to the top of any football game. But why I love goals so much is because it's way better than all those games. It's just people need to understand these abused mechanics that losers like Sardier use, they aren't going to be in the game. There's already confirmation on Discord. That's why they end these playtests, they go behind the scenes, they take out all the trash that was abused. Then we get the beta version. So then rats like Sardier come in during the beta. You already got players right now trying to abuse certain shit because they haven't been playing as much. That was already removed in the hot fixes, and then they just get toasted. You've seen it in UFL in some cases. The only problem is they can't get rid of all their glitches there. Goals can. With the way they did it, nothing's irreversible in goals. In UFL, they got to the point where stuff was irreversible. So you got these losers like Sardier who hasn't gone anywhere in any games. Has no channel, no reason to play bad football, but does. Because apparently it's easier to take shortcuts and win than try to gain skill and win. Because he can't take the losses in the meantime, I guess. But you have all these players that watch these games, or maybe they come up against him, and they're like, why would I play this? Some no-skill player. I'll just go play X, Y, and Z. And now we lose actual good players because these guys are misrepresenting what this game's all about. I'm not getting paid to do this. It's just the right thing to do is to point out the facts. This is what's happening. Whether it's being nice or mean, what I'm saying is the facts of how this shit goes. Right? Somebody can tell me where I'm wrong. So we go back, and I want you guys to compare these goals. So, first things first, I have a far inferior team, which is fine. That's not Sardier's fault. But I want to point out to you guys who are like, this is bullshit. I'm playing against a team. Remember, this is early. This is alpha. All this stuff is being sharpened up. Right? So, yes, you have an inferior team now. Yes, look, he's got his Laxonin. He's got an attacking player with 93 passing, 93 dribbling, going against center backs with 70 defense. That will not be the case in the full release, right? You see what I'm saying? His 89 shooting, 93 passing, 93 dribbling. My best shooter on my entire team is 86 shooting, and it's an uncommon card who has 49 dribbling. That's my starting striker. So you see what I'm saying? It's not even right now, but that's just because it's the alpha. This is not how it's going to be full release. But losers like Sardier, instead of realizing that and playing regular football, they'll get the ball with their player that's 10 times better than the opponents and sprint in a straight line and shoot the ball from outside the box and not face defense and not play the game, even though they're going to go nowhere with that because, they got to get a win right now. So not only are they not going anywhere playing like that because this shit will be removed later, but who cares? That's their own fault. They're screwing themselves. But where it matters for everybody else is, one, you have opponents you're playing that are going, fuck this game. I've had guys, whoever follows this channel, you've seen what, 15, 20, 30 players say, I'll see you later. I'm like, guys, it's a good game. Well, not right now. It's not. I'm gone because of players like Sardier. I put that on everything. May God strike me down. Go check the streams. You can see where players are leaving. These are just facts. So you got these types of players chasing players away every day. These guys are going to be the reason why people don't come over to goals until hopefully the game gets so good they have no choice, and then they see it's actually a good game. But B, I want to play this game from now until the full release. I don't want it to end and we could have a good player base if people stop leaving because of people like Sardier. What's the point in abusing a bunch of shit when you're going to chase every player away, Sardier? Right? And notice how he stopped answering once I started stating facts, which I invite him to come on live. I'll let him even talk on here and commentate. So these mismatches are going to be gone, for one. But it is what it is. Look, that's my wingback, Sardier. Does that look like I'm playing a 5-back to you, you dumbass? All you idiots that don't know football, no offense, Tsubasa, but see what I mean? That's my wingback. Very easy to beat that. It's like a 3-back. You get basically 2 extra wingers, and then I defend 1v1 basically. As you guys notice, no offense again, because Tsubasa, I think he kind of understands it, but he can't defend very well, and defenders aren't as well equipped. But he decided instead to keep working on manual defense, he decided, like, I'm going to park the bus and just kick it up the field. Okay, whatever. You can make an argument where it's like, oh, that's my strategy or whatever, but it's not going to help you in the game later on, and it does make the game look bad because it gives you that FC feel. 8 guys in the box, it makes the spacing look terrible when actually the spacing in this game is really good. It's really good. So let's keep watching. Right, tacking down the wing. By the way, could have went for a back post cross here. That would have almost 100% been a goal. But guess what? I don't want to go for that because they're too automatic right now. You start showing highlights of that all the time, and it looks like shit. It makes the game look bad. I'd rather not win in a way that I know is broken in this alpha stage than do it. Remember, this is 12 minutes in. Maybe if I knew my opponent was a total rat like this Sarder ended up being, then yeah, I probably would have crossed that and got this automatic goal. But you guys can tell right now based on if you've been playing goals, this is a goal. Okay? But I don't go for these ever. You guys who watch this see, I don't go for them because they're too automatic right now. It just makes the game look bad. Right? But Sarder's a loser and does go for this shit. Boom. So I end up scoring anyway because he has no idea how to manually defend. Right? He didn't even mark the cross. Remember, I could have got the automatic cross, but I didn't. Right? And I love that sliding finish. Right? So I did the best I could with that. So I'm up 1-0 on Sarder. Now watch how he comes back into the game. Watch the difference in skill level in this. And by the way, this is a loser who just commented I'm 25 year level. And I want you guys, you can watch the football yourself and see the difference. Look, watch what the loser does. What did he do there? What did he do? He took his 90-something player and shot the ball. Didn't beat my defense, didn't do anything. We'll go back up. Didn't do anything. So, what are you gonna do? Game plan. If I see a breach, I could use it. Real for. Okay, so hold on. So let's watch this. Wait, that comment didn't come over. Oh, it's not my usual game plan. All right, so let me finish this though. This Sarder was the worst of the worst. So look at that. Look at how I score this. Look at how I build the ball. Notice that, no offense to Sarder. Well, yeah, total offense to Sarder. No offense to Tsubasa, but you guys never did. Look what he does here. No beating defense, no real build-up. He slow dribbles. There's nothing you can really do defensively right now. I hope they add like a stab poke, like a poke tackle, a stab tackle, whatever it is, a shoulder charge, whatever it is. But the loser, right, didn't take on the Congrats, though. He got that goal. Big deal. But it's all ways it can be stopped. But what I'm saying is this. Now I want you guys to watch this. Watch the ball movement. Watch this lead up. I didn't end up scoring this goal. And I don't end up scoring a couple against these guys because I have 71 rated attackers right now, right? Which is fine. I'm still getting in on these guys. I'm still playing football. But notice the defense. Notice the difference in the build-up and how we're playing, right? See how everything's coming from passes and actual football? I'm not losing the ball and running into defenders like Tsubasa, right? He gets rewarded. Tsubasa got rewarded. He wouldn't even have been in the game to win if he didn't go for some dog shit. It's not a natural movement to lose the ball and run into. That's like a planned rat thing, right? What do you do in football when you lose the ball? You get back into place and you try to defend. Only players who are looking to be a rat. Like, that's an unnatural movement to just kamikaze to a defender and just keep running through him. I don't even do it on accident. You guys watch me play all the time. The only time it will happen is if the opponent kicks the ball to me, like I think Sarter did later on in this game, when they don't know any better. But it's not like I lose the ball and then run into... Look, see how I defended? I'm going to go back here. Notice the difference between what I did there and what players like Tsubasa do. They lose the ball and they know what they're doing, then they run right into you afterwards. Total loser trash, right? Not saying that he is like anything like Sarter, because he seems like a nice enough guy. I'm saying how he's playing the game and what they're making the game look like. If I'm lying, I'm flying. You guys tell me where I'm wrong. And if they say, "Oh, I don't," well, how can you blame me for tackle back? Well, if it's not you doing it, how come it never happens to me if it's just automatic? You guys are doing it. Come on. Look, so I want you to go back there. This is how these losers do it. Okay, so let's go back to this. I want you to notice this. So you guys are seeing how I'm playing. You're going to continue to see it. This is what these losers do. Did I go too far back? He ran through my defender. Again, there's no shoulder charges. There's no whatever left. That will be fixed. That will be fixed. Watch what he does right here. Hold on. I'll pause it even. Did you see what he did right there? Let's do it again. One more time. I don't know if I went forward or not, but you guys see what I mean. He runs straight into my defender. Now, once that's fixed, you will shoulder charge off of it. Right? He will shoulder charge off of it. But it's just complete nonsense. So you see, I'm running around him. I'm not slow rolling into his defender knowing he's probably going to react and go to the side of me because he doesn't have the ability. All these things that I know that will be fixed, right? That right there even, it looks like they fixed it. Notice how the defenders are marking there. He didn't even switch to the defender to try to mark that because that was broken for a while where you played that second attacker and the defenders were nowhere near to be marked. His defender was right there, guys. If he had any skill, he would have at least switched like I'm doing to run to his defender. Now, the problem is, once I do it and I'm right there to win the ball, he just runs into you and there's no punishment. There will be punishment. Notice that it's too early in the game. They don't have those physical, like, there's no tussles right now. Because physical contact is going to matter a lot more. Right now, there's no, like, tussles in those certain things where players are battling for the ball, right? Or where stronger defenders can knock players. So these players will take advantage of it and they'll run into you and know that they can run through you and shit like that, right? If they truly didn't know what was going on, so be it. But guys, how old do you have to be, right? How old do you have to be to know that you can't run through a defender? You don't have to be that old. So you watch these players do it over and over and over. You can't say they don't know what they're doing. Everybody knows there's shoulder challenge in eFootball, shoulder challenge in FC, shoulder challenge in UFL. UFL is probably the worst one with it, honestly. But you know what you're doing, bro. When they have all these key things, like if you read what their release was, it's like, yeah, like we wanted to show you what the direction we're headed, but there's a lot of big things to be added to the game. Right? That shot right there with that left foot will be fixed most likely, because even if I didn't shoot it that hard, those one-time shots or two-time shots like that, you touch shoot, they're not going to every time go right to the goalie. So you see there? See where I'm winning the ball back? Now, I'm not saying a low block's not a thing. Again, that's how Tsubasa decided to play. That's fine. I'm saying how it makes the game look with what he did from there. right? It gives you that FC vibe. It gives you that the kick and run counterattack. That's what's ruining FC right now. I'm gonna go show you a video after this. And those who come from FC know about this. I think Tsubasa, I saw you played like 300 hours of FC. And it's like, bro, these very things ruining FC, you're bringing over to goals. And it's not my job to do this, but it's like, no, this game is nothing like FC. They're not copying. It's not AI bullshit. It's not kick and run on the counter. Maybe right now it can seem like that because players will kick up to their one legendary player with 93 pace and 93 shooting and run by the 72 rated defender or whatever. But that's just right now in this version. The game itself is way better represented if you get evenly matched players that are both trying to actually play football. Okay? Well, all this stuff's going to be in the game later, so that's how it's represented. No, it's not. They've already confirmed everything I'm talking about is being removed. If they came back and said, oh, we don't know, we kind of like that, or, oh, that seems fine to us, then I wouldn't be saying this right now, dude. I wouldn't even be having this because I would be lying, right? Goals likes my videos and watches them and shit like that. I was just showing you the conversations. If I'm lying, they would come on and be like, this dude's lying. That was a great tackle, or we're not adding this. All these things are being removed, right? And that's why I'm saying this is because it's like I feel a duty to kind of represent it because not everyone watching, like that Hitoichi who came in and watched the Sard play or whatever and said, this game, it looks like hell on earth, or whatever he said. Let me read it exactly. Can't see it on here, but he said, like, this game looks like dog shit, basically. And it's all because of this fucking rat that I'm playing right here. And it's like, no, it doesn't. It's not really dog shit. But, you know, it's just the alpha of the game. Nice tackle back, but I also did run in his direction, so I don't put that on him at all, right? That was just me running in, like, whatever you want to call it. I don't even consider that really a tackle back. So there's there. As you can see, fuck, I wanted to go back to that. I'm out playing the shit out of them. Far inferior team-wise. Again, not going to happen. Oh, here, let's see how he went up 2-1. There it was right there. Against the grain, I'm out playing the shit out of him. See what he does to go up 2-1. Oh, this. Guys. God, I wish I had overlays. I'm fake shotting it to pull his defender. I wanted to pull this defender that's in between. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor or not. I don't think you can. I'm trying to pull, so go back. So this is what pissed me off. Now, this is not his fault. It's early on in the mode, but I told him this already. I know this will be fixed. This isn't something that can't be fixed. But it was a fake shot, right? It was a fake shot that I tried to do here to pull his defender into the middle. So keep watching. I do a fake shot. So that's not his fault. I'm pissed about that. And then watch what happens from there. Oh, this drives me crazy. I forgot how he scored. And then it led me to have to score a last-minute tying goal. And it just changes the trajectory. Right there. I'm trying to pull this defender out from marking my player. I do a square shoot. You can't do a shoot X fake shot because they almost never, rarely. But typically a cross X fake shot works. I tested it right after this and it worked. But this one doesn't. And long and behold, boom. So that pissed me off. But then look what he does. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Does that look like a tackle to you? Or at least, I know I paused it a second too late, or at least would be a shoulder charge. But this is what they get away with the entire time. Now, if this was just one time thing, okay. But this is what he did the entire game. Why? Because defenders don't have the ability to defend this now. They will have the ability to defend this. Right? So if I pause this perfectly and you see the ball sitting at my defender's foot, that makes the game look terrible. Because people are going to go, this is another joke like UFL. UFL had this problem big time with this and block shots. I just was talking to the devs about this. Right? They aren't even close to finalizing. Like, this will be in there. Alright? This will be in there. Period. This will be in the final game. Of course it will, right? Of course it will. It's only the alpha stage. Now, he's got his 93 dribbling player on there, okay, which is what the player that he does this trash with all game. But watch. So he already should lose the ball. Then watch. Let's just say he shouldn't have lost it there. Let's say my player was 2 behind. It wouldn't even have got to that point. I would have already had the ball. And then his finish was dog shit. His finish was dog shit on top of it. I don't even know what he was doing there. But that doesn't matter. Forget about that. I don't know what he was doing with that finish. But how he gets his goals is he plays it into everyone. All these rats do this. They play it into their camera striker that's way above like the rest, and they'll either sprint by a 70 rated defender, whatever, you get what I'm saying, or they'll run in defenders. Now sometimes they slow dribble, or it's regular dribble, guys, but you have sprint dribble and regular dribble, but it looks like such a slow pace the way they're running, and the defenders will be like run across the ball, but there is no like a way to poke it away or to put your shoulder into the defender or nothing, and so they just snail pace to the goal and shoot the ball. And you can tell where the defender basically read it and stole it about 3 times, but it didn't register. It makes the game look bad, but all it is it's an alpha stage, and they haven't been able to fix it. So you guys see what I'm talking about. I know you face it. And the whole point was the verdict of the game at this mode still gets an A+. All you haters that are looking at these rats and judging the game and saying, look at this, you can't say the game's an A, look at this and this. Dude, that stuff is fine for alpha mode. You have to judge the game on what it has at the core of it, which is great football and decision making first over AI, over animations and everything. Right? So when this Sardur is typical rat behavior, like, oh, why do you care so much? It's just a game. Bro, go look at how many hours you've put into all the football games. I saw your profile. You're telling me that that's not worth actually like caring? Wasting thousands of hours? That's like, how many, what is that, months of your life? It's worth caring. Because nowadays, football games are lifetime sports. No different than bowling, golf, all that. Where you put a ton of time and money and effort into competing and doing your best. And these rat players ruin it. Not to mention when you have a new game like Goals. Where the devs actually are giving us something great. And you got haters shitting on it. And the only reason that they have ammo to shit on is because of these ratty players. I'm going to take my time to talk about it. And point it out, dude. Point blank, period. That's all there is to it. So getting back to my case, if you're looking to play Goals from now until beta or whenever it is, this is what you're going to have to deal with, unfortunately. Right? Not every game, but some games. To me, it's still worth it. To many, it hasn't been. I've seen... But to me, it's still the best football game. The other ones have this shit, and it's not going anywhere. At least we know in Goals it will be gone. Captain Tsubasa. So he talked to me in here. He said that he was playing in some way, and he's going to try to play football this game or something like that. Which is crazy. Isn't that a crazy admission? I don't understand, but whatever. So I don't know if he was admitting that he wasn't playing football or taking shortcuts, or I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. It says it's not my usual game plan. I'll have to look. Can't wait till those tacklebacks are gone. Look, dude, it's just tacklebacks. How do these guys do that every time, guys? They lose the ball. What is that causes that? And I never really have it, or do I? And I just don't notice, and it's just in this game. I want to try those long shots with that 199 long shooter I got. Terrible ball. Poveda. I thought Poveda had like good passing. Thought I had that pole. Good dribbling. Beautiful finish. Beautiful finish. Kocha, my 71 striker. Doing the deal. That's my best shooter, though. He's got 86 shooting. He's a one-trick pony, but he does his one trick well. See, they're like wingbacks. They're not like defenders. They're not like defenders at all. Does that look like defenders to you, Tsubasa? Those are attackers, bro. Same with Sar. 5-back does not mean for... I know not all you guys know football really well, but 5-back does not mean... what do you call it? 5-back, I need those crosses to go all the way out. All the way out wide. I don't know why they're not. Those balls to go all the way out wide. Yeah, it's a joke. Bro, you're a joke. You're a joke. You're a dog shit loser, bro. Dog shit loser, period. That's all you can do. You have no skill whatsoever. See what I mean, guys? See what I mean? Sits back, parks the bus, but takes advantage. What am I supposed to do? Punt the ball and then he gets it right back? The loser. What am I supposed to do there? Taking advantage of shit that I can't do nothing about. Period. That's all the loser does. Taking advantage of that. He can't score a goal for skill, so he takes advantage of shit that I can't. What am I supposed to do there? I punt the ball and he wins it. I'm playing it out wide to my wingbacks. I'm not doing any broken mechanics. And the loser for a win. Bro, everyone already sees that I'm 10 times better than you. It doesn't mean shit. You suck at football. Congrats. You can man mark a goalkeeper throw. Good job. Good job, bro. What is that supposed to prove? I don't know what I'm supposed to do there on the goalkeeper shit. So he sees a hole in the alpha of the game. Who even thinks about that hole? That's it. No other player I played against watches that shit, right? No other player that I play against watches that shit. I've never even had to worry about that. But I guess that's different mindsets. Yeah, if it was full release, I would say, yeah, you're right. If that was like a game plan. It's not, though, bro. It's just a simple... They haven't gotten to that yet in this game. They haven't gotten to that yet in this game. Period. That's what people have to understand. So then you're going to get people watching going, oh, dude, so basically, you're going to get people watching that go, oh, basically, I'm screwed once I get to my fucking... I can't even pass the ball out for my keeper. See what I mean? Dog shit, loser shit, bro. It's trash. That's all they have. So all I have to do is this. Here's what you want me to do every time. So then look what he does. Boom. He's going to win the ball. I don't know what he's doing differently to get that. But look, he parks the bus. We'll have to talk to him. But he's making the game look like shit. Tell me where I'm wrong. What are you supposed to do then on goal kicks? Or maybe it's a good thing that he's showing this, but it's a joke. So this is... And Tsubasa, you tell me where I'm wrong. What are we supposed to do? I mean, this is making me say, fuck it. What am I supposed to do? If I punt the ball... So you see what I'm saying, though, bro? I mean, you're seeing this firsthand. You're the one doing it with me. Look at my goals. Versus look at the... You could have had it 2-2. So how many players do you think are going to keep playing the game like that? So I get it. We can say that's the developer's fault. But why are only... I'm not seeing this versus anybody but you. So I don't know what's going on there. If that's a new patch where they made a mistake. But what are you supposed to do? Punt? If I punt it with my 70 rated attackers, I'm going to lose the headers and get countered anyway. So what the fuck are you supposed to do on goal kicks now? So I might sound harsh, but I'm not speaking like a dick. I'm not saying mean shit. I'm actually trying to play football. And I don't understand it. So it ain't like... I don't know. What are you supposed to do on those? But how do you park the bus and have that wide open? Trash. See, we're making the game look like trash right now, bro. You might as well throw this shit away. Let's go back and look at that highlight. Oh, did I stop that? I want to go back and look at the highlight. I crossed it. Did you clear it into me? What even happened there? What even happened there? Oh. Good turn. What a save. So they did fix the keepers at least. So look. How is he doing that? How is he parking the bus but still able to man mark me, bro? How in the fuck is this happening? I gotta check. We'll watch this game back, Tsubasa, is what we'll do. Great ball. Good try. We're gonna watch this game back, the both of us. How in the fuck is that happening on those goal kicks? Good read. So I hope they can find a way to... Good defense. See? So I almost did that there. So I got to figure out why that happened. So I won the ball, then it almost magnetized right to his player. Alright, so... At least they fixed that. You guys remember the one I headed to him? He was offsides. So what was happening? It looks like I was a little more open there. Good D. Oh. Coach had made a terrible run there, so I got the ball. Good. Good. Good D. Good D. Maybe it's the connection. I'm in the Midwest USA. I have a feeling that we're using a European server. But those tackles that are getting caught under the player's foot, where it's like, it looks like the player's running to give the defender the ball back. I wonder if that has to do with connection. Oh, that was weird. I overpowered that though, so that's on me. Good read. Good. Watch this run from deep. Watch this run from deep. Oh, she stopped it. Good ball. Move. Oh, one too late. Boom. Read it. Boom. Boom. Through. Boom. Through again. Yep. Now move. Boom. Oh, bad pass. Tackle back. Tackle back. Dog shit. Tackle back. Alright, so 2-1 on real goals. 3-2 on shit goals. 2-1 on good goals. 3-2 on shit goals. Problem is, it just doesn't make the game look good there. So let's go back and watch this game full way through. Which, by the way, I feel like, you know, if I was trying to run a narrative, which I hate when some of these content creators do, they'll say their piece, they'll make the other guy look like shit, and then they don't even go back. I can go back and watch the whole game. And if I'm ever wrong, I admit it. It happened last week against a player. The player didn't come on even and say nothing, and I still... Okay. Oh yeah, this is coming out with members first tomorrow. Make sure you check out this in-depth with the creators of goals. It's pretty badass. But anyway, let's watch this, and I want to be able to read what Tsubasa had to say about that game. So that was the player that I played before, Tsubasa, that was sitting back. Not that first total rat, that Snarty Darty, whatever the fuck his name is that I just showed you. That guy is just total trash bag. This is the same Captain Tsubasa you just seen. Same as in the first game I played him. I outplayed him, which I don't think anybody's arguing. The stats said it. The football says it. But let's go back to these goals. Now, he didn't score on that one that he could have. On the keeper shit. But I want to show you that. But then let's just say he did score it. I scored that trash goal too, where I think he kicked. I did a low cross and he kicked it into me. So if you look at good goals, the score is... So his one goal came from me throwing it to him. His second goal would have came from me throwing it to him. For me, I got that one shitty goal. So I said it would have been 2-0 me on skilled goals. Right? With shit goals, it would have been 3-2. Now, let's go back and look. What are you supposed to do here? Let's go back and look. So, it's 0-0, me and Tsubasa. Look, we did this like 3, 4, 5 times where we ran into each other. And I think that's the connection. Because they made us stumble after you lose the ball. So I don't know what's going on there. Why there's no stumble to avoid that. But that looked bad. But the game itself, if you can look past the bullshit, it's still the best freaking game. This is an alpha version, remember that. The beta version of UFL was so bad they had to delay their release. Good steal. Good steal. So I see what he's going for. So I steal it back. Nice interception. Nice interception back. So this is what I love. Two players making decisions manually, right? That's what the game's about. Two players making decisions, then you use your players' strengths and weaknesses. Simple as that. It's very simple, right? And in alpha, the only reason the other shit exists is because of the early version of the game. The other stuff is not, oh, well, goals has this and this. And no, this alpha version does. It's not going to be in the game. All right, so he tries for a pass, kicks it at me. Boom, overlap. I think I burn his defender here. Burn his defender. Burn his defender. Now notice something. I did not slow roll into his defender. I did not run into his defender. I ran around him. I beat his wingback, faked like I was going backwards, went forward. Went around him. His next player, you actually see the tackle attempt. I went around it. Different from Sarder Darter, whatever the fuck, Sardier. SA, whatever, the other rat that came in. All he did was run into defenders. All he did was look to take advantage of shit that's not yet sharpened in this version of the game. You see the difference, guys? There's a difference. And this is how I go up 1-0, right? With good finishing. Now, if you can't recognize what I had to do there to score that, I don't know what to tell you. Right? Here it is. Now watch. Boom. Fake like I'm going backwards. Now watch. Boom. Quick cut. That's beating a defender fair and square. Now watch this. Boom. Push it past him. Perfect time. Watch the tackle now. Boom. Make him miss the tackle. Boom. Play it short. I could have made another pass here if I wanted, and even a third pass. But instead, I see my angle, and I had to choose what shot. I could have banged it in hard, near post. Could have banged it in hard, far post. Could have low shot it. And what do? I finesse it. It goes what looked like through the glove, honestly. So that part they might need to fix at least. There's difference between actions and animations, and they're saying they don't want animations to decide anything. So if they're saying, oh, that's outside the goalie's hitbox or whatever, then it's a goal, is what they're trying to say. Although the animation part would help it look more realistic. So I'd have to get up close to that keeper's glove, which you're not going to be able to do. So I went for a finesse shot, boom, far post. By the way, Kocha is my lefty. Kocha is a righty, so I don't know why he hit that on his weak foot. That should have been an inside of the right foot finish, but whatever. That's what he ended up doing. Finish it far post. I feel like if anything, just the AI selection of his weaker foot there was silly. But okay, 1-0. Now this is where we start getting interesting. So he's parking the bus pretty well, right? And you'll see here more. Right, keeping 7 behind the ball. The ball. Hold on, you'll see it. Boom. Boom. So keeping 7. So I'd call this like a moderate. You see where his defenders are dropping to about the penalty spot, right? And they're really tight in. So he's got his defenders on fullback, his center backs on defend, and then it looks like he's got either all 3 of his midfielders on defend or at least just the center one, and the other 2 just drop automatically. Right? So pretty defensive, but that's fine. That's fine. It's definitely less conservative than it was last game, it looks like, or at least it could be about the same. But he's playing, I think, a 4-3-3. Burn him again, but here's the thing that I want to say to that. A shoulder charge there, and maybe he gets that ball. A shoulder charge there, and maybe he gets that ball. Let me look at it again. I skipped past my freaking second goal. So here we go. Boom. Boom. So let's watch this close. Boom. Watch. Yep, he wins that ball there. He wins that ball there. The defender with better abilities wins that ball there. 100%. Look where it's at right there. There's no way that defender's at least not poking that ball out of his path. Or now my player does bump off of him, his pattern. Boom, look. But then he keeps running through. 100% Tsubasa wins that ball right there. 100%. So really this game was a 1-0 win for me. Take this goal away. I didn't even notice that at the time. Obviously wasn't attempting to do that, but 100% that defender wins the ball. Boom. Double square. And what I love is if you have good attacking IQ, which Sparks has like 90, when you play that ball, double square, they run. She made that darting run into it like, oh, I got to go get that, right? If your player has lower attacking IQ there, you do it, and they just kind of stand there like a dummy. So it's 2-0, but his defender won that ball, so really it's 1-0. Then it starts getting interesting. So let's watch this. So, how in the fuck is this shit happening right here, hon? Alright, so let's watch. So think about this. I'm playing good football, okay? But I don't know what to do on this. My goalie's going to get it. Good move there. Great move. And honestly, nice attempt on the shot. I almost want some of those shots to be better. I don't know if that player has poor shooting or not. I know sometimes mine have good shooting. It still does it, right? But great rip. Great rip. Feel like it should have maybe been more than what it was. Like maybe they got to look into that. But either way, my keeper has the ball. That's just the bottom line. Great try by him, though. Now, look. This is the part that pisses me off. You're keeping 7 behind the ball deep. The only options there are for your depth. Right? So if you're playing a deep line, the other is for long ball, close passes, whatever, that's for offense. If you're playing a deep line where you're having 7 behind the ball, that leaves 3 up. How is this happening? Right here. Watch this. How is this happening? Look at his players. Look at his players. So, a second ago, they're dropped to the penalty spot, 7 of them. But now, he's got 5 marking just about anywhere. Because remember, the goalie's throw animations, they get hung up in the air. So, if I throw pretty much anywhere right now, I am totally toast. So, what is it? Because you see when I'm defending, I never have 7 behind the ball like that. So, you think his depth's got to be pretty deep. But when you watch this right here, it looks like he's at 100 depth. And he's going with aggressive. The thing that sucks, though, is I can't change the goalie's animation. I can't do a driven throw. I can't. If my goalie decides to throw it up in the air, I'm just screwed. But when you punt the ball, especially with players that you know aren't good in the air, right? Then they just win it. They head it forward, and you're in a world of trouble anyway. So they put you in almost a lose-lose situation. Now, I haven't been seeing this that much at all. I don't know if this is from a new hot fix or what. But you can have goalkeeper animations so weak that they loft the throws in the air. And if you kick, you lose it anyway. So you would throw it. But I should be able to safely throw to a player in this situation. It's not that they're totally marked. It's that the game won't allow me to throw it the right way. So watch what happens. Watch this. Look. So he's switching to mark these throws. Okay, he's switching to do it. You can see him switching. The issue is the game isn't set up to deal with this right now. He's going to loft these throws, or he could, and so it turns into a situation for the opponent that they really shouldn't have got, that they didn't earn. No different than a tackle back. See what I'm saying? I can't decide if I throw it to my right here. The keeper may do this, and his player's able to intercept it, or they may loft it in the air, and his player's going to intercept it. If I kick it forward, his defender or midfielder is going to win the ball, and he's going to be on a counterattack. Right? Easily, I could throw it to the right side, the left side, if I had the ability, like, okay, driven throw in the air. Your keeper has a long throw ability, whatever. But they turn the goalkeeper pass into a nightmare, right? Because the throws don't make any sense. So now, he's marked each of my areas. I can't go right because he'll loft the ball up. His winger will win the header down to his attacker, and I'm toast. So I try to throw here, but he switches out and he intercepts the ball, right? It makes no sense whatsoever. So he goes, he scores, whatever. Now, if I had my options, if it wasn't how it was, where I had more control over the keeper throw, like you would in real life, like you could. There's different options for keepers typically, right? Then it is what it is. So then that happens, and once again he's back to his 7 players back. So how in the fuck do you have a park the bus-esque defense or a deeper line, conservative line, but then you have enough players all the way up the pitch to essentially man mark all of my goalkeeper options? It doesn't even match what the options are in game, right? It's like a little shortcut. But then I want to show you where it happens again, where he doesn't score. I think it was coming up here. Oh no, that's me 2-1. His was still the first half when he did it. Might be here. Yeah. It's every time, so watch. Watch. It's the same thing. No matter where I'm at, I don't have any options. No matter where I'm at, I can't make the keeper pass. So if I play into the middle here, he's going to intercept it. Right? No matter what you do with the keepers. They got to figure that out to where you don't get punished when your keeper has the ball. Right? I don't know how they're going to figure that out. But it reminds me, like I have like the little kids soccer where they can't get the goal kicks out of the box, and you want your kids to learn development, right? So a good coach is going to be like, hey, drop back, let her get out of the box, boom, boom, because you want your team to learn to play football. Having them sprint into a box because kids can't kick the ball hard enough out is not teaching your kids anything. But there's dumbass coaches, especially here in America, that are like, get around the box, mark it, run right at her when she kicks it. And they'll literally win a game if they can 5-0 by just sprinting into the box because the poor kid has no possibility to kick it past their whole team lined up like that. Only piece of shit coaches, because it doesn't help your team. It doesn't help. Now, to be fair, Subas is like, I'm not taking that. Right? Or I don't know. He did try to take it. Wait, he did try to take it. That motherfucker did try to take it. He did try to take it. That son of a gun tried to take it. My goalkeeper recovered to the point where he felt like he couldn't shoot it. Now watch what he does. That's crazy. But that's fine. Because either way I beat him. So either way it doesn't matter. But watch this. So look. In his mind he's going to say, oh, I read it. Well, I don't have any options here. If I kick it long, you have an auto head win, and you're going to play it in down the center, and I have these huge holes in my defense. You'll be able to counter me and go right at goal, right? But if I play it on the ground, you're everywhere. Each of these places I can play the ball, you have a player that can get to. As I point in that direction, you're going to switch that player and start sprinting, and I have no chance. So hopefully Goals has a hold of this and they're figuring this out, because you can't turn a goalkeeper getting the ball into a chance for the opponent to score, dude. That's insanity. Imagine real football if it was like that. Oh my God, ball's with the keeper. We could have a great chance here. And it's like, I'm not saying keepers don't make mistakes. I'm not saying, but that's not like a strategy that matches anything that the sport offers. Where, make the goalie get the ball, you have a good chance to score. Usually it's just routine passes, build up, and then you go from there. Occasional mistakes, but this is insanity. right? It seems like players are open, but it also, if I go back to the beginning of this, seemed like the wingback was open. So boom, he takes it, but look what he does. So look, boom, boom. My keeper is in a spot where he knows what happens when you shoot these. With the goalkeepers, they've been improved, right? And I wish he could confirm this, because right here, watch, if you weren't going for it, you would like run into me to give me the ball. You'd kick it all the way back to your defense, but watch what he does. He knows if he shoots this, right? He knew if he shot that, there's a chance my keeper saves it. So then, it looked like he wanted to pass it and try to curl it into the far corner. Otherwise, why would he shoot? Because then, if that goes in, it's no different. If that goes in, then it's still, he got a damn goal from literally just the keeper. It still wasn't like, oh, I rebuilt the ball up or nothing. So I don't know. I'd have to ask him and get a confirmation. And the third one was a low cross where it hit off him and went in. So I don't know. It looks like he disappeared. He didn't come in to talk about the game at all. So I guess he was mad about that loss. I don't know. But it's very interesting because it seems like he did not... I had to like prove to him how much better than him I was, even though I saw it from the first game. Right? So, harsh or not, I just speak facts. But at the end of the day, that's where we're at. Right? The playtesting ends tomorrow. So all those constant hot fixes aren't going to happen. And I understand because they got to go in and do the more serious fixes. So you have to decide one or two. Do you love goals enough to where you know you're coming back when the full release comes, or if you're invited to the beta when that comes? And if so, you then have to decide, A, is it worth leaving football games altogether, coming back when the full release, or playing other football games in the meantime, coming back when the full release? Even though you don't like those games, that's why you're committed to goals. Or do you keep rocking out and playing goals? Only problem being the stuff that I've been showing you. Right. So, take your time, think on it, let me know in the comments section what you're going to do. I'm really interested though, so once you make a decision, tell me, man, it could help me make mine. Right now, I'm just playing goals. I love the game too much. I know I'm going to run into a lot of rats abusing the stuff that isn't out yet, but it is what it is. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.